G'day guys, Ron here from Osborne Digital Marketing. Today I'm going to show you how to do Pest Control SEO or SEO for Pest Control. Let's jump into it. So as you can see behind me guys, I have this massive Pest Control SEO checklist. It is huge and it's exactly what you're going to need if you want to rank a pest control website. Now this Pest Control SEO checklist is completely free to you. You can click the link down below so you can follow along with me today, or you can go out there and rank. Perhaps you're a pest control company, you know a little bit about SEO. In this example, you will need to know a little bit about SEO, or you're an SEO agency and you've just won a pest control client and you're looking at ranking their website, but you don't know where to begin. So let me show you how to do pest control SEO. So let's jump into it. Now, the first thing that we need to do in pest control SEO is we need to identify the target keywords that we're going after. So on the checklist, on the pest control SEO checklist, you will see that there's a tab right here that says target keywords. Now, in this example, guys, this video is going to be a long one. I am going to show you how to rank their Google business profile and how to achieve rankings organically. So you're actually going to get a lot from this video on pest control SEO. Now, what we want to make sure that we cover is every single keyword that we want to go after. So that's why for this video, I'll only be doing the one because it'll just take too long. However, you will have a brilliant understanding and a great insight on how you could rank any pest control company after I show you what to do. So the keyword that we're going after is Pest Control Miami. So let me grab this. Now, all you need to do yourself is just put in every single keyword that you have. Perhaps you are a pest control owner, or you are an SEO agency and you're doing this for a client. You can put in all the keywords that you want here. So that's what you need to do from there. Now, the next step that we need to do is we need to actually pick out who we're going to do this on, and we need to then do a review of the domain. So let's do that right now. So for this example, guys, I have gone with Kairos. I believe it is. I may be saying it wrong, but I believe it's Kairos. The reason I've picked out these guys is because they're ranking all the way down the bottom. Depending upon ads in the Google business profile, they're ranking in position like 20 or 19 or 18, depending upon how many ads are up the top. Now, they are not actually appearing in the organic results, but that's brilliant. That's what we're here to do. If this was your client, I'm going to show you how to rank it, or your business, I'm going to show you how you can get up the top and start winning this very lucrative term. So what we need to do now is grab this domain and we need to do a review of it in SEMrush. Now, if you can't afford SEMrush, I do have a link across to every tool that I'm using today. If you come on the home page, it's on most pages, but on the home page, here's all the links to the tools that we'll be using today, plus more. So you'll be able to go away and use them. If you're serious about SEO, guys, you're going to have to use paid tools. 60% of this video, you can use free tools, but to be completely honest, if you're serious about doing pest control SEO the right way, you will need paid tools. So we've grabbed the domain. Let's go back over to SEMrush. I love SEMrush. It's what I use all the time, and we're going to get a feel for it. So what we want to do is on your spreadsheet, we grab the domain, we come back to the domain. Up here on the main page, you can enter the domain, you can enter the name of the business. Now you want to get the exact name of the business, and this becomes important later when we're doing other things like looking for citations, because that's a free way, and I'll show you how to do it effectively. So we've grabbed the name. Now what we want to look at is what they've got when it comes to backlinks. So they've got 54 backlinks, as you can see over here, authority score of 2. So it's quite weak, and only 9 keywords. So they're not performing well for really anything. 9 keywords, 54 backlinks. They were doing okay, but they got absolutely smashed after the Core Web Vital update last year, and they just have not bounced back. So let's grab that information. 54 backlinks, 9 keywords. Obviously, we don't know what the citations are. We'll get to that later, guys. I'll show you an effective and easy way of doing that. All right, so now that we've reviewed the business, we've had an overview, we've got a bit of an understanding of the business, how many keywords, how many backlinks it has. What we need to do now is we actually need to go away and identify the current keywords that the business is ranking for. So let's do that. All right, so what you'll notice is you've got a tab right here, the keyword research tab. So all you need to do, guys, is scroll up to the top and you can see this stuff here. Now you go back over to SEMrush, you scroll down to top organic keywords, you click on the view details. Now this is going to show us all of the keywords that SEMrush believes we're ranking for. So what we want to do is you can have a quick look. There's obviously only 9, so there's not that many keywords. Now you can export this data. So as you can see here, just above my head, export it via CSV. Now the beauty with this Pest Control SEO checklist is you can input all of this stuff on here and it will become vitally important as I show you how to formulate an effective strategy in the future. So what we do is we just simply grab the data. So I like copy and pasting this info. Let's copy this, copy that information. Let me get rid of this. Okay, come back over here and let's paste in the info. Let's beautify this a little bit. Oop. All right, cool bananas. Let me close down this thing, don't save. Get rid of that. All right, guys, so you can see what keywords we're ranking for. We can identify if our target keyword is there. This is where you can start to get a feel of how we're performing. Like I said, when you start your pest control campaign, you need to ensure that you identify the target keywords you go after, because that is how you will actually audit your competitors. Remember, we're going after one keyword. Your client would want you to go after at least, at least 5 keywords, 5 different variations of things, and then you expand on that and it could become 50 additional keywords that you're targeting for them. So that's how you want to look at that. We've imported the data. Now the next step of Pest Control SEO is to actually audit the Pest Control business's Google Business Profile. So let's do this right now. All right, guys, for the Google Business Profile, what you're going to need is you're going to need to come across to this spreadsheet right here. So when you're auditing your Google Business Profiles for your pest control company, you want to evaluate how well your competitors are doing, because that's vitally important. I'm not showing you one way of ranking. I'm showing you 2. I'm going to show you how to rank on the Google Business Profile and how to rank organically. Now, this spot here, you can see all of this stuff across here, guys. Here's the rows and here's the columns. This is where we're going to input data from competitors. Down here is where we're going to input data from us. So let's just jump into it. Now, we come across to the maps. We want to ignore these guys. They're running ads. They're running ads. These guys don't appear to be running ads. There have been ads popping up every now and then, guys, in the Google Business Profiles for some reason. So I just want to double check that they're not actually running ads. Doesn't look like it. So what you do is you can try and grab the names. Now I like grabbing the names, guys, because what happens is when you place the names in here, let's go back, move this across to here, make it easier. Because if we zoom out or zoom in, whatever we do, it changes the results on the page. So we don't want to move in, move out, because when we are looking at pest control competitors, it's going to be a little bit not accurate data that we're utilizing. So as you can see, category and categories. Now, what you want to do is come across, let's go back to number 1. So we want to see what categories they're using. So we're using Plepper and GMB everywhere. So you got the GMB extension everywhere and you have Plepper. Chrissy Palmer, thanks mate, you put me onto this. Every time I use Plepper, guys, I thank Chrissy, because he's a lovely dude. Go and check his stuff out as well. Brilliant SEO guy. But yeah, he put me onto this and it saves me a lot of time. We use it all the time in my agency. So pest control services, grab that. And then what you can do is you come over here and we put in the category and we put 1. So they're only using 1 categories. Like that's it. You can do it vice versa, whatever you want, categories, however you guys want to lay it out. It's up to you. But that's what we look at. Then we start to look at the average rating and the total reviews. Let's look at that info. 5 and 44 reviews. Okay, cool bananas. So they got an average rating of 5 with 44 reviews. How many total posts, total images? Well, the posts we do later with the GMB stuff, guys. So let's look at the images. As you can see from Plepper right next to me, image count is here, 147. So 147 images they have. This stuff is important to put in. And watch when I move across. As you can see, 147's there because there's a formula in the column that will work out the average for you. Now, Q&A. Let's have a look at the Q&As. How many Q&As they have? I'd assume there'd be something. No, 0. Interesting. No Q&As. How many products and services do they have? Now, guys, Google's been a little bit funny because remember, they're not a fan of us. They don't like us. We cost them money. So what they've been doing is making it quite difficult for us to see the services and or products. We can see these products. So let's have a look and just see, make sure that they've got 2. So they've got 2 products listed. But one way you can check the products and services, guys, go down here, send it to your phone. That's what we've been doing. So I'll send this to my phone right now, but I'm going to put in 2 products they've got and we'll check the services with my phone. Okay. So I'm looking at the business now on my phone. I'm just clicking on that and I go to services, guys, and I see how many services they have. It's a lot. It looks like probably around about 30-ish. Guys, I'm estimating numbers. You need to accurately input the data. I'm trying to move along as fast as I can because otherwise this video will be an hour and a half as it is. So, but when you are auditing the products and services, it's vitally important that you document what your competitors have and you ensure that you track whatever details they've given their services. Look at that stuff when you are analyzing it, okay? That's something that you must do when you're doing pest control SEO. Now let's look at the total posts and the total frequencies. To do that, we need this bad boy right here. So we're looking at Royal, we're clicking on post audit. This thing's going ahead and it's going to look at the Google Business Profile posts. Assume that they're going to have them because they've got products listed on there. So they seem somewhat savvy and they're ranking number 1. You don't just mysteriously rank number 1. Okay, so unfortunately, guys, this has been happening recently. Google's come out with its update. You saw that there were posts that appeared. We saw it all, and then this shows that there's nothing. Unfortunately, because, like I said, Google's no longer allowing us to sort of see things. The tools sometimes are getting a little bit finicky with it, and it is making it a little bit more challenging. But now it has worked. So there's a total of 7, but their average, like here's their frequency right here, guys. This is what we want to look at. Post frequency. So 49 days they're putting up a post and they've got a total of 7 posts. So 7 and post frequency is 49. Okay, now let's do competitor number 2. So natural resources. Let's have a look at them. All right, that's interesting. Lawn care services as well as pest control. Now, that's probably why they're not ranking number 1. So we grab their categories and they've got 2. Now we move across average rating, total reviews. Let's do that, guys. 446 reviews. Well done, boys. Good amount of healthy reviews there and an average of 5. That's fantastic. Absolutely exceptional. 400, what was it? 46 or 40? Yeah, 46 it was. So we've looked at that. How many images do they have? They have 205 images. So we keep scrolling across, guys, and we check that out. 205 images. How many Q&As do they have? Q&As, where are you? Only 1. Okay, so we look at their Q&A, we document that. Products and services, how many do they have? Let's go have a look, guys. They've got, from the looks of it, only 1 product. Let's just double check. Yeah, looks that way. 1 product. Interesting. I'll make sure that I send this across to the phone now, guys, so I can have a look. Where are you? There you are. So I'm looking at their business on my phone, guys. I'm trying to ascertain the number of services. Remember, oh, there's a lot. Ooh, wow. Yeah, a lot. Guys, this is a guesstimate, okay? But it's around there. Now we want to look at the post, how many posts they have and the post frequency. So let's do that right now. Let me close these tabs, maybe get rid of the corruption that's going on with the, I don't know, with the tool. Now, when it comes to you, it's important that when you're doing pest control SEO, you need to make sure that you are looking in detail at the services and products that they're offering. Remember that. I'm going to beat it in like anything because it's very important. It didn't work again. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. This is just how it is. Like, this is why SEOs get paid the big bucks, because we have to play with these types of tools. This is why we charge so much, because we lead a frustrating life. All right, come on. Yes, beautiful. Here we go. Okay, so they've got a total of 30. This tool maxes out at 30, so we will just put down 30 for the time being, but how often they post is really what we want to figure out. So every 5 days they're posting. Okay, so let's put that data in. 30 and 5. Look at the averages, guys. That's what we want to figure out. So let's tick this off because essentially we've already reviewed where we are in the SERP. But let's do a grid search. So I assume most of you know what a grid search is, but it's basically looking at how well you're performing for a particular keyword somewhere. So let's search a business, place this in, and then we want our target keyword that we're going after. Now you could obviously use pest control because this is more geo specific, but I like being exactly the same. Now this tool is Local Falcon, guys. I have a link to Local Falcon in the checklist. So let me just run this scan, then I'll explain the link and cover everything. But as you can see, this is where our business is located. Each of these dots represent a geolocation. So if someone was standing in this exact spot near Walmart, so to speak, and they were to enter in Pest Control Miami, the number that is displayed will depict where we are ranked in the Google Maps. So let's wait for that to run. So come back over to the checklist, guys. Everything you need is right here. Every single tool, every single thing that I talk about today, it's here, guys. You got SEMrush here. Click on it. This will take you away to SEMrush. Local Falcon, I believe, have one free thing. So sign up to that and you should be able to get the one free grid scan, and away you go. So happy days. That's where you can access that. So let's see what the grid results have to say. So that's not great that we're in position 2 for our exact location, but this can happen because you might have someone in the same building with that keyword. So that's just how it happens sometimes, guys. When it comes to these different areas, though, as an example, if someone's over here, you're appearing in position 18. So let me show you. So scrolling, position 18. So we're performing really, really poorly. Like we are not doing well at all. That's why we're well down the bottom. That's not good. We're losing out on a lot here. Okay. So that's what we're looking at. Let's go back to the checklist. So we need to go back into here, and in the grid search, you can write poor because we're auditing our own profile now, guys. Why is caps lock on for me? But we're auditing our own profile. So we're seeing how well we're doing. Now let's look at our category and let's see what we have going on. So let's scroll down. Where are we? Karos, there we are. What services and everything else do we have going on? Okay, we only have the one service, pest control. Really good. Because, guys, when you have a lot like these guys, you can dilute it. So you can put one here. Average rating, total reviews. So I think it was 66 reviews. 66 reviews. Was it? 60 reviews and a 5-star rating. Excellent. 60 reviews, 5-star rating. Not bad, guys. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Post we'll come back to later. Let's check out our images. We have only 4 images. That's not great. Okay, only 4. What's our Q&A? Do we have any Q&As on there? Zilch. Nada. Okay. All right. Products, services. Let's check that out. Do we have any products and services listed? Does not look like it. All right. Let's send it across to my phone just to double check, guys. This is what you're going to need to do, guys, when you're doing pest control SEO. You will need to have a look at stuff on your phone. Just at this point in time, this is how it is. Like I said, Google's not a fan of us. So services. Okay. We have some unrelated, like we've got property management in here, guys. I wouldn't be having property management, food and beverage processing in here in my services for pest control. Commercial services. It's not really relevant. There's not a lot of things in here. I would say we have about 15 and a lot of them aren't relevant. That's why you need to record what your competitors are doing. So we have zilch and 15 that are irrelevant. Now let's look at our posts and frequencies. But from what I saw, there was nothing. Let's have a look, because we might have all these reviews, but if we don't have everything else, like, yeah, we're in position 18-ish. That's great, but we need to be a lot better than that. Okay, 1 post. Now often's that? Like, yeah, not even yet. So it's 1 post and like nothing. Zilcho. Nada. Like it just, we never post, so it shouldn't even be anything. So what you do now, guys, just FYI, I understand that I've only used 2 pest control companies to get my numbers. So as you can see, the numbers here can be drastically skewed. That's why you use multiple competitors. So then you can identify the outlier and perhaps even remove that person. However, take significant note if someone is ranking number 1, like this guy, has a lot less reviews and a lot less things going on. Excuse me, guys. Voice keeps going today for some reason. So that's what we're looking at. So we want to see, all right, how do we stack up? Our average rating is 5. Theirs is 5. Our total number of views is 60. What's the average? 245. We need more. Keep going across and you just do this. Okay, total post, how many do we have? We need at least 18. We have 1. Okay, we need at least on average 176 images because that's not too far apart. How many do we have? 4. Q&As, yeah, basically what we've got. Products and then services. What did we have? Products and services, I believe it was zilch and 15. Yeah. So how far behind are we, guys? That's exactly what you're looking at. We're looking to see what we're doing not so well against our competitors because you want to tie all of this in. Post frequency. We need to be posting more often, even on average every 27 days. We don't even have an average because we're not posting enough. This is the sort of stuff that you want to look at. On this pest control SEO checklist, you can go through and tick all of this stuff off, okay? So now that we've completed that, what you can do is go across to the SEO strategy tab. Now, this is for you. You obviously want to beautify it when you work with a client or whatever, but you've got the months here, you've got like the status of it, where you're at with something, but you can either input data as you're going along and auditing each component, or at the end when you're looking to formulate the whole pest control strategy. So let's put in the GMB needs more images, more reviews, products. So like those types of things, they're the main things that I would focus on for this pest control company. So Kiros, I think I'm saying that right. If I was to start working with them, because I'm not working with them, I'm not affiliated or anything, they are a completely random company that I've just grabbed because they were not performing well. This is where I'd be looking at starting. Obviously cleaning up the website as well. But yeah, this is where we need to really, really spend a lot of time and a lot of effort. Now, the next process is once we've finished the Google Business Audit is what we need to do is identify the top ranking competitors organically. We've done it already with the Google Business Profile. We need to do it organically. Let's do that right now. Okay, so to identify the highest ranking competitors, it's pretty straightforward, guys. So let me just close a couple of these tabs because I don't want our profile to be slowed down. But all you need to do is enter the keyword in and then identify number 1 and number 2. So let's grab that. Let's literally open up the tabs. Now we want to have a look at the website, what's going on. We will do a bit of a review of them as well. So let's grab the domain of the first guy. Come back over to the checklist. Now you're going to notice a tab down here called competitors. Vitally important, guys. Like when it comes to SEO, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. This is what I love about SEO is you literally have a script. It's just some lines have been essentially, I guess you would say, redacted. And Google's hiding a little bit. But Google is showing you, for this keyword, I'm rewarding this guy. And all you need to do is figure out what they've gone and done, and you'll be them. It's that simple. That's what SEO is at the end of the day. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. So let's grab this website. I like scrolling down. The name should be down here somewhere. Why is it that no one ever puts their name? First Solutions Pest Control. Is that them? Yeah, First Solution Pest Control. Pest Control Miami, First Solutions Pest Control. Yeah, that must be their name. It's important you grab their name, guys. It'll become very important later on when we do everything else. But what we want to do now is let's put them, actually, we'll be able to go straight across. So as you can see up here, I'm looking, this is the SEO Quake bar. So this is SEO Quake, SEMrush Quake bar. This is from SEMrush. It's a free tool. It's a browser extension, but we're looking to see this thing right here, okay? So the index pages, I want to put that in there. Total pages, 26. Why do you ask? Because I want to see how big their website is. If my website, which I think was 12 pages from memory, and these guys are 30, again, I immediately know that I need more pages. There is no if, but, or when. So it's important to always be measuring this. Measure the basic stuff. Like, honest to God, guys, like SEO, doing SEO for pest control companies and any other company, it's just about identifying what your competitors are doing well and then mirroring that and closing that gap and then doing more than them when you're there. So let's look at the keywords, backlinks, and citations. We just can't do just yet. So I can click on traffic. And let's have a look, guys. All right, let's check it out. So they've got 6,500 backlinks, okay, and 535 keywords. Okay, so keywords, 535, 6,500 backlinks. Cool bananas. Citations, we can't do till later, guys. I'll walk you through citations later for pest control. Now, let's look at number 2. So we can close that. Let's look at guy number 2. Now, this is a location page that's actually ranking. So Auckland, Doral, all right. So let's just see. This is a massive, maybe this is a directory or just a very large organization. The best in pest, Auckland. Oh, it's Auckland. Okay, yeah, no, let's not grab Auckland. Let's do someone else. So let's not grab them. We don't want Yelp. Miami Flappest. Okay. Let's have a look at these guys. The reason I'm not grabbing a Yelp or the big Auckland, whatever it is, Auckland, they're massive. So it's not really relevant. They're utilizing location pages. When it comes to location pages, every analysis that you want to do on location pages is just towards that location page. But remember this, Yelp's ranking up there just because of their general authority. But if you have a good website, then you will push Yelp out of there. So that's why it's important when you see directories, feel confident because you should be able to push them out of there. So having a look at this website, this is going to be our competitor. So Miami Flapest. Let's grab them. So they've got 341 pages. Whoa, big site. but they are a little bit further down. Like, and you might want to take note of that. They're in position 4. Like this guy's in position 1 for the target keyword, but this guy's in position 4, so he's not really beating Yelp. So it tells me that he's a little bit weak, but still someone that you want to emulate, because our guy isn't even appearing for this keyword. So, you know, you don't sort of want to throw too many stones in your glass house because we're not even appearing. Hey, if you're appearing number 4, you're still going to get leads. So, all right, so let's have a look at the stuff. All right, so click on traffic. We've got a lot of traffic coming in. Wow. There must be massive business too. No, just across Florida. Yeah, they are. They're across Florida. Yeah. So this is just another location page. Same thing, guys. Yeah. Medley. Yeah, okay. Florida Pest Control. Company. All right. Yeah. Yeah, they're massive. So if you're doing pest control, if you're a local, don't ever be discouraged whenever you see big businesses like this, guys, because being small is going to get you rewarded by Google. I promise you that. You can still compete very well against these guys. You won't be able to own the area that they do, the real estate that they do, but your local area, ooh, you can absolutely smash it in there. So that's the thing. Don't be discouraged if you see these bigger guys. Don't feel too disheartened. It's not the end of the world, because you can actually still do quite well. They have 882 backlinks, so tiny profile, and 3,000 keywords. So 3,000 keywords, put that in there, and backlinks was 882. Okay, and I think it was Florida Pest, was it? Yep, Florida Pest. Oops. I'm going to get rid of this, guys, because just don't want to slow things down. I love closing the tabs because it just saves it from crashing. Okay, so now we've analyzed our competitors, we can start to see what we're doing well and what we're not doing well. So that's what we do with that. Now the next process is a keyword gap analysis. So let's do that. All right, so when it comes to a keyword gap analysis, what essentially that is we're looking at our competitors and we're identifying the keywords that they have that we don't have, or keywords that we have, and seeing how we perform against them. So let me show you how you do that. So on SEMrush, as you can see, we've got our main domain in here. You click on the column keyword gap. Now, what you'll need to do is grab your competitors' domains and enter them like so. Let's grab this guy. And sorry guys for the wrong clicking, my mouse is lagging a little bit. US, compare. So now the tool's looking to see what we have, what we don't have, and as you can see, we're this tiny little blue dot here. That's adorable. So we've got the massive Flapest, they're huge, and then these guys right here, Pest Control, quite big. But what you can do is, here's the shared keywords that we have. So this is where we all share a keyword. So Miami Exterminator, we're in position, this is us right here, this column represents us, 92. This is, which one's this? This is Flapest. So Flapest is in position 9, and these guys are in position 3. And you can also ascertain the keyword difficulty and the volume right here. So you can see how important that is. Now you can click all and you can export the data. So it's just taking a minute. However, guys, I do not do that. For demonstration purposes, I only export 500. 1, because you just saw how slow it is. And 2, I have to pay credits when we go over, and I don't want to do that to my agency. So I've done it once and I won't do it again for YouTube videos. I'm doing this so you can get the gist on how to do a pest control keyword gap analysis. So come back over to the spreadsheet. Now, what you want to do is click on the keyword gap tool. You want to open up the CSV and copy and input that data. So I'm going to grab that stuff right now for you. Copy that. Let's go at the top. Let's paste it in. Now, this is going to become vitally important for us when we are looking at keywords and targeting and formulating our strategy later on. So let me just get rid of that, guys. Let me zoom that down a little bit. Turn that volume down. Sure, that's pretty loud. Beautify this. Bang, bang, bang. Awesome. Okay. So now we've finished with the keyword gap analysis. What we want to do is jump into a pest control gap analysis. So let's do that. So when it comes to the pest control backlink gap analysis, it's very similar to the keyword gap. However, we're looking at the backlinks. Now, you might be wondering on why this is important, why we might need to look at the same backlinks and the backlink profile of our competitors. It's because as of this point in time, and it has been quite important for the last couple of years, is you have the link graph. So this is essentially a party where anyone in this party is a pest control company, and they've got links going from here and there and everywhere else, right? Now, if you're outside of the party, you don't have the similar links. Well, Google may not value you or your content as important as the other people. So as you can see here in this column where it says matches, 2 out of 3. Now, what that means is that our competitors have backlinks from this domain. Now, that's very, very important. We want to join this party, okay? You want your pest control company to be a part of this wonderful link graph. That's what you need to do. So when it goes about starting your campaign, you need to make sure and do whatever you can to try and get these links. Does it mean that you go after spammy links? Yes and no. If it's a real spammy link, you have any concerns, but competitors have them, you can send them to a burner page. Something goes wrong, throw that page away. That's what you can do. But you might also be seeing that it's like, wait, Ronald, there's 14 and 8 here. Do I need to get 14 from Eurekster? Do I need to get 14 links from those guys? Do I need to get all the 14 from advanced site stats for them? No, you don't. The main thing is the referring domain. It's not really the backlink count that matters, it's the referring domain. So these guys have 14 links from this site here. But what you need to do is not be concerned about getting 14, just the one. You need the referring domains. Sure, if you can get more, why not? Never say no to a good quality link. But you don't need to lose sleep over the fact that your competitor has 14 links from this one location. Doesn't matter. The power is going to come from just receiving that one link. Get that one link, move on to the next one. So what you want to do is export that data. Same thing, guys. Export the data, place it into your spreadsheet. Your spreadsheet will be there because it's going to be your guide that you utilize for your pest control SEO campaigns. So you click on the backlink gap. Let's open this up. And you just grab the data. Okay, place this in here. Let me go across, guys. There we go. Now, matches will be moved over to the right over here. So as you can see over here where it says 2. So let me make this a bit prettier. But that's essentially what it is. So it's the exact same stuff. And here's all the information. You have all of the information right here. You can easily ascertain who's doing what and who's not. That's where I would begin when it comes to building your backlinks. First thing that you need to do is start with these links. This is the most important thing that you need to do. Close this page, get rid of that, shut that down. Why does this volume keep being loud? Sorry guys, don't know why that's doing that because I actually have it muted right down. So interesting. All right, so now that we've completed the backlink gap analysis, I'll show you how to review keywords on Google. Let's do that right now. Okay, so when it comes to reviewing a keyword on Google, you're basically just looking at your target keyword. So like we are here, Pest Control Miami. Now, the reason you're doing it directly on Google is because you want to rank in Google, not in SEMrush, not what SEMrush has to say, because the tools can be inaccurate. So whenever you're doing any SEO campaigns, always double check what Google is telling you. Now, you want to do it on a couple of different browsers, but as an example, unfortunately, our guy, we don't even show up for Pest Control Miami, yet our location is in Miami. It's right in Miami. So unfortunately, that's really, really hurting us. So that's why always review the keywords on Google just to double check and see where you actually are ranking for them, and try to do them on a different browser if possible as well, perhaps a mobile phone or anything like that, just to figure out if there's anything else that you can do. Now, from here, what we need to do is we need to check the core web vitals for the pest control website, and we need to check everything else to see how the website performs. Let's do that right now. All right, guys, so when it comes to the core web vitals, there's a couple of things that I want you to take note of. So if your website is performing really poorly, but you're nowhere near your competitor, you don't need to stress too much on the core web vital stuff. Build the backlinks, create the content, then go from there. But if your core web vitals are performing really poorly because you got like a Wix website, don't keep building pages. Get off that and go and get onto WordPress or something better like Duda. Get off Wix. Wix is not a great thing. I'm not a fan of Wix. You need to be on something that moves a lot quicker and will pass the core web vital test. So when you're doing a core web vital test, guys, like I said, every tool, link, that stuff's up here. You can click on the page speed web development right here. Now this will open it up. Now for this example, guys, I'm just going to test our website, but what you need to do is test your website and your competitors. Okay, so test all of the competitors, you see how you stack up. If your website's down here and they're up there, well, you're going to need to update the core web vital at some point in time. However, if you're just down a little bit, I would focus on the backlinks and the content over paying money to have this upgraded. As an example, we will upgrade a small website's core web vitals. Like, this is really bad. That needs work. Like, look at the times. Time to interactivity. You're waiting 10 seconds. I'm not waiting 10 seconds for a website to load. So yeah, in that scenario, these guys, there's no questions about it. They need it. There's no point in maybe moving on with other things. But if they weren't doing terribly, you would be able to look at other things. So you want to come across to your checklist. Now, guys, with the checklist, I know this like the back of my hand, but you can obviously tick off things as you're moving along. So we've done the review on Google, we're doing the core web vital, and in the performance here, you can also write poor, like needs to be redone. So in that SEO strategy thing, we can be like core web vital needs to be done. Like, core web vital needs update. So we need to do that. Perhaps we need to move across. I believe that looks like a Squarespace website. So we probably need to move off that and move over into WordPress. So that's something that needs to be done there. Okay. Now that we've done the core web vital, what we need to do is review the schema on the website. So when it comes to schema, guys, schema is essentially search engine language. Some people swear by it, others don't. A lot of SEOs think it's a waste of time. I personally like it because I've seen it do crazy things. Now, Google came out a month ago saying that they're only reading the first 15 megabits of a page. So that tells you that they're not looking at a lot of data. They don't want to waste resources. So having schema on there is going to tell them what that page is about in their language. You want to give that information to them as fast as you possibly can, okay? So let me just get out of that. So to do the schema, we scroll over here, SEO checklist. Now, same thing, guys. You want to be validating your website, seeing what your competitors have. I'm only showing you me doing it to the website that we're looking at, but the schema validator, nice and easy for you. Schema validator right here, link to Ronald Osborne, schema validator, done. It'll take you straight there. So you will just copy your main domain, the root, and place that in here. And you'll do that with your competitors. And you want to see what they have and what you've got. You should have your local business. This is a local business. Pest control. I think there is pest control schema. I can't remember now. Maybe it changed. I'm pretty sure that there still is. But if your competitors have anything, you want to make sure that you've got it. Okay, yeah, it is a Squarespace site. Yep. Okay. So you want to go now and you would look at your competitors to see what schema they have. Then you want to match that. Okay, it's very important that you match and do what they're doing because they're obviously doing well with it. So that is how you do the schema. Now you can check that off. So the next step in the chain is to review the pest control business citations and to review our competitors' citations. So let me show you how to do that. All right, so if you don't know what a citation is, guys, a Yelp, an Apple Maps, anything that has your name, address, and phone number, that's considered a citation. Similar to a backlink, but more so specific around an actual business. If you were to look at that, you'd be like, oh, that's talking about Joe Blogg's business. So what you can do is this thing over here, it's called a search operator. You can grab this, okay? Now, what we want to do is we want to come to this page here, paste this in. Now, we want to grab our website, copy our website. Where it says website, we're pasting our website. Now, we come back to the spreadsheet, and this is why you need to know the exact name. Grab the name. Scroll across where it says company name inside the quotations. Paste in the company name and enter. 48 results. Here's Angie, here's Yelp. This is what I was talking about. There's Facebook as well. So you have two ways of checking citations. One of them is this. This is a free way. It's an easy way, but it's not as accurate. However, you also have another way, which is utilizing Bright Local. Okay, so this is Bright Local right here, but it is paid. You have to pay for this, but you do actually get a lot of information. So if you are serious about doing pest control SEO properly, I'd probably suggest having Bright Local. It's important for you and your client. You'll get insightful information and you want to track those grids. So I would utilize Bright Local. There's a link to it. You can click on that, go ahead and get it. Brilliant tool. And then that will work all of this all for you. You don't need to go across and do it this way. But I'm showing you how to do it manually. So if you don't want to pay for Bright Local, you can get an estimate, quickly look through and ascertain what exactly is a citation. So we have 42 citations. All right, cool bananas. Now we need to look at our competitors. So that's why this was blank over here. So let's have a look at Pest Control Miami. Let's check out these guys, or First Solutions Pest Control. So same thing. Let me just close down that tab, guys. So exactly the same thing. Just pasting it in here, going back into the spreadsheet, grabbing the business name, and this tab right here. Okay, let's see. They have 69. Okay, so there you go. They have more than us. And you would do the exact same with all of your competitors. Now, when it comes to citations, they're not as powerful as backlinks. So if someone has 5,000, I won't have that many, but if they have 5,000 citations as an example, you don't need to sit there and be like, oh, I've got to build all 5,000. No, build the main ones. Build the main ones. But as you can see, you still want to be close to what your competitors have. So that is how you review the citations. That's how you look at citations. Now, if you don't have Google Analytics installed or Google Search Console, make sure that you utilize them. They're both free tools. They're very insightful tools. You can set up events and categories and analyze your traffic and everything on your website. So you want to make sure that you have that stuff also installed. So that's just a bit of a side note. Now from here, what we want to do is we want to review the Pest Control's website for conversion optimization and for any other UX problems that there may be. So let's jump into that now. All right, so when it comes to conversion optimization, it's important to look at how friendly it is for your website to be interacted with. So as an example, you might be ranking #1 for all of the perfect keywords, but if someone arrives here and doesn't know what to do, what's the point in that traffic? How many people are you losing? Local businesses, guys, I can't stress this enough. You need a big fat call to action here where it just says, call now, or a phone number where someone can click. You're a local business. People want to get on the phone with you. They want their problem solved immediately. They want information immediately. Okay. When you start having a lot of business come through the door and you're doing quite well and you can sit there and be like, whatever turns up, turns up. Well, you wouldn't be working with an SEO agency if that was the case. Maybe to maintain what you've got, but You wouldn't be removing that and having like a sign up form or something like that. So this is not adequate. Take action. Well, I don't understand. Take action. I want to call you and ask you a question. I've got a rat infestation. I need help. Where do I go? So that's important. And you could even put further call to actions down the page as well. So it's like about take action. Let's take action. Okay, I want to take action. Now what? Okay, spread the word. I've got to fill out a contact form. I'm out. That's what happens, guys. When you're working with pest control companies and you're doing SEO for pest control companies, this is not the right way of doing it. The right way of doing it is trying to get them phone calls. They get people on the phone, they're more likely going to convert said individuals into actual paying clients. No one likes this. I don't want to send you an email. How long are you going to take to get back to me? You're not answering that question. I don't understand. Like, when am I going to hear from you? I have a problem now. I have ants in my house. I have hornets in my house. I have problems. There's a beehive set up in the ceiling under the rafters. I need that taken care of now. Well, I'm going to hear from you in a week. This is a big problem. So when you're doing pest control SEO, don't just think about getting traffic to the website. You also need to look at the website and actually figure out, okay, so if I arrive here, how do I easily contact the business? Because that's why you're being hired. If someone's hiring you for SEO, it's so you can get leads. It's nothing but that. It's just, I want more leads. I want more work. That's why the client is hiring you. If you can't, you could send 1,000 people to here, but I promise you, with how big this thing is, out of 1,000 people, they might have 10 people that fill this out. What a waste. If you have a call button there, you'll have 300 calls out of 1,000. So yeah, don't do that, guys. Whenever you're doing SEO, don't just think about the traffic to the website. You need to make sure that the website, there's clear calls to actions and easy ways for people to get in contact with the business. So fix that stuff up. Now, the next thing that we're going to look at is the target keywords. So how to pick the target keywords, and then basically tying in the whole pest control strategy, pest control strategy, tying it all in. We'll finish the campaign. So let's do that together. All right, guys. So what we want to do now is we actually want to plan out the campaign. So we're gonna grab the target keywords that we want to go after. I'm just gonna close a lot of stuff down so it doesn't go too slow. So this is the beauty of the pest control SEO checklist. So where I would start would be the target keywords. Remember what we wanted to go after. Okay, pest control Miami. That was our focus. So let's have a look at the keyword research. Is there anything pertaining to Miami that we can boost? Look at this. Miami exterminator. We're in position 92. Beautiful. There's good search volume there. It's not too competitive, but that's something that we can start to go after and be like, all right, that's a keyword that we could build on. So let's do that. Volume is 210 and we're in position 92. Okay, so we're starting to identify some of the target keywords for this pest control SEO campaign. The next thing you want to look at is your keyword gap. Your competitors have done the heavy lifting for you. Utilize that information. So what you can do is you can look at things that they're not performing too well on. It's like how to get rid of fleas. That might be a great bit of content for you to go away and create a blog about. So let's see what the search volume is like on there. Keyword difficulty is quite challenging. Wow, that's massive. Like that's a lot. And the keyword difficulty, honestly, guys, is too much. Okay, it's too much for you to go after. But this is what you can do. Signs of bed bugs. There you go. Maybe there's another one that you can go after. They're in position 58. Let's have a look. Okay, keyword difficulty 80. But this is what you need to do. If you're trying to run an effective pest control SEO campaign and you're doing SEO for pest control, you need to try and figure out all of this stuff. How do I know if I have bed bugs? Look at these types of keywords they're going after. Like, wow, there's a lot of volume. And now you might not rank for this, but let's say you have a bed bugs extermination service. So you create a bed bugs extermination page. you can create this piece of content. So how to know if you have bed bugs as supporting. So what you would have is you would have that service page, and then you would have this as supporting content. You get your links from here, and that links up to here to jack it all up. Now that's how you can go after your target keywords. This is how you can get ideas. The hardest thing that honestly I used to find when I started with SEO, and even my team, is keyword ideas. We sit there and go, what do we got to write about? We've run out of stuff. We need this. This is where you can look. And this is why the keyword gap analysis is so powerful for you. So you can utilize that information, and that's how you can record your target keywords and further keywords. That's how you would look at it. So let's wrap all of this up. I'm going to explain to you the strategy that I would utilize to ensure that this pest control company had a successful SEO campaign. So let's chat about that. All right, so we've gone over this entire website. We've had a look at our competitors, and that's why this pest control SEO checklist is just so powerful for you. Now you know what you need to do, and all you need to do is figure out what you're missing. Now, when it comes to SEO, I can promise you here and now that if we close this to our competitors, if we close that gap, we will start to be rewarded for a lot of things. We will drastically start moving up in the program. The thing is with SEO, guys, like I always say, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. It's very straightforward. Google's literally saying, hey, this is why I'm ranking. This is a guy I'm ranking. This is what he's doing. You just need to go away and figure out what that is. And we've done that. We've figured out how many backlinks we need to go after. And it's not 6,500. It's around about 800. But if we want that top spot, we're going to need 6,500. Not necessarily backlinks, like I said, referring domains. But we also are going to need to increase our pages. So I believe we had, I think it was only, we don't have it, guys. Let me just open up the website. I think it was only 12 pages from memory. So we've got a smaller website to, 12 pages index. So it's tiny, guys. Like, we have a tiny website. The guy that's ranking #1 specifically for this keyword, well, he's got 26 pages. We need more content. We need more structured content. We have nothing really talking about Miami as an example. Like, we've talked about how all of those other keywords on the gap, you would have all of that information that you're not ranking for. I would go through and actually look for anything pertaining to Miami and surrounding areas and really nail down on those geolocated keywords and start to create some service pages as well to boost out that authority. However, don't push yourself with the service pages, okay? When you're going against bigger websites like these guys, you do not want to go crazy with it. So you don't want to create a service page all the way up in Fort Lauderdale where I am. Don't do that. Just keep it close in, Little Havana, those areas just around where you are, very close. Create some service pages, win the local area. And once you start winning in here, boom, 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 start expanding the campaign out. Guys, I hope that I have helped you today. I really do. If you have any questions pertaining to anything pest control SEO related, hit me up. Make sure you grab that free checklist. If you want to work with me, if you want to have me as your SEO agency dude that helps you with your pest control SEO, reach out to me. More than happy to help. I'm only a comment away. So I look forward to hearing from you. If you've enjoyed this, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. That shows me that you really value the content that I'm creating here. If there's anything that I could improve on, please let me know, because I love making these videos and I want to maximize your potential as SEO and business owners. Have a lovely day, guys. Cheers.